TFF teachings back in the cut, and today we're getting straight into the one mindset shift every hooper needs to make if they want to level up, not just as a player, but as a person, as a leader, as someone with vision. Let me ask you a real question. Are you hooping just to win the game, or are you hooping to build your name? Because there's a big difference between chasing stats and building something that lasts. Most hoopers, they chase external validation, minutes, clout, highlights, DMs, likes, but the ones who build legacy, they operate differently. And that's what we're breaking down today. How to move from being reactive to being rooted. How to shift from playing to prove to playing with purpose. The default hooper mindset. Most hoopers grow up in the same system. We were taught to hustle, to grind, to be on the go 24/7, but no one teaches us how to think. We mimic what we see. We start comparing, and before you know it, we've built our whole identity off hoop instead of letting hoop be an expression of our identity. The problem is when your confidence is tied to your performance, you are fragile. You go 2 for 10 and now you feel like you don't belong. That's what I call external living. And that's something that I personally have dealt with extremely, because that's something that I feel like everybody feels. We all feel that external, oh, I got to do this because somebody else did this. But in reality, that's fake. You only feel good when other people say you're doing good. And fam, that's not freedom. That's prison. Like, if we are only feeling good from external factors, we're never going to feel fully, truly confident in ourselves. From external to internal. Stop hooping for proof. Start hooping for purpose. It's a belief shift, and this is exactly where TFF, Teachings, Focus, and Flow comes in. TFF isn't just a brand. It's a belief system that I built when I realized no coach, no scout, no highlight reel was ever going to give me peace or purpose. I've had all the highlights. I've had all the coaches. I've played on all the teams. And I still was feeling like I wasn't doing enough. Still felt like I was leaving a void out there, like I could do more. And it's because I didn't understand that internally I needed to work on my belief system. None of this external factors, none of the highlights, none of the clips could do anything for me internally. Whatever I thought about myself was what happened internally. So I had to shift my mindset from chasing clips, chasing highlights. I've had all that. Shout out to all the people that do the media. They be looking out crazy for me. And I had that. And I still, in my mind, was like, am I doing enough? Am I am I enough? Am I putting in enough work? Because even though I was putting in the work, I was going too hard 24/7. It wasn't with intent. It wasn't with focus. And so I truly never really had a self-belief or a self-confidence that I could stay with that was consistent. But that's why I built TFF, Teachings, Focus, and Flow. Let me break it down really quick for y'all. Teachings, what are the core truths you live by? What do you believe about work, setbacks, adversity, and pressure? Focus, where's your attention going every day? Are you spending more time watching others or building yourself? Flow, are you moving in rhythm with your purpose, or are you still playing to be accepted? Are you moving and doing this stuff because it aligns with you mentally, physically, and spiritually, or are we doing things for others still? And once you stop doing things for others, stuff aligns so much more. That's the thing. When you lock in on your teachings, you move different. You stop reacting to the crowd and start responding to the mission. The mission is to win. The mission is to do whatever you're trying to do. And if you're focused on things that are that don't matter, then you're just wasting energy. That energy is going to be used somewhere. So either you could waste it, or you could develop your own focus in what you're trying to focus on. The biggest trap hoopers fall into, trying to look the part instead of being the part. When I ref, every kid can walk in the gym, have their backpack on, have their headphones on, have some J's on, look cool, but when they get on the court, it doesn't match up. And you can tell that. If you're a real hooper, you can tell this within like 3 to 5 seconds, not even minutes, 3 to 5 seconds. As soon as someone puts the ball on the ground, you're like, oh, they're just walking around like kind of looking like, I'm not worried about that at all, to be honest. Because everybody has this like walk, like we all know how to do the swag, like we all know how to walk in and look cool. But then it's like when you get on that court, when you line up, what you really gonna do? Your identity is really gonna show then. How you move, how you respond, how you act is gonna be then, because when you walk in, nobody's challenging you. But when you get on that court, it's a little different story. This is what separates a highlight hooper from a high level hooper. You don't rise to the level of the hype, you rise to the level of your habits. And when your identity is built off solid teachings, your focus becomes laser and your flow becomes automatic. How do we apply this today? If you're watching this and wondering, all right, Tony, but how do I start? Here's your move. Take 10 minutes today, just you and a notebook, and write this. What do I believe about pressure? What do I believe about failure? What do I believe about my purpose as a hooper? Then answer this. Who am I without basketball? And it's not to scare you, it's to free you. Because once you realize you're more than the game, you start using the game instead of letting it use you. I tell y'all, this was the biggest shift in my life. Once I got hurt in high school, and it was right at the start of COVID, and so a state tournament, I got hurt. Couldn't do anything for 2 weeks. So my parents were just like really like, okay, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna like do something else? My mom's always been really on me about this of like finding other habits, finding other things to do, so that basketball isn't just my sole purpose. And once I intentionally started to try to do this, the opportunities that have came and risen have been so plentiful. Like this past year, I didn't play. I was redshirting. So what did I do? I found snowboarding. The past 2-3 years, I found snowboarding, and when I tell you, it was the most beautiful winter I've ever had in my life. Because every other winter that I've ever had, I've been playing basketball because it's a winter sport. And when I tell you, just being able to go up onto these mountains and really just enjoy the beauty of the world really changed my perspective on my whole life, to be honest. Like, it gave me a realization that there's so much more that like I never experienced. And now that I experienced it, it's like I'm going to use basketball to get to those places that I want to go because I see that there's so much more out there. And so it almost reconfirmed in my mind of the fact that I'm going to use basketball the way that I thought I was going to use it, and it's going to be to get to those other places and allow for myself to experience things. So it's just beautiful. It's like just knowing that and understanding that I have like so much more about me than basketball. Because like in high school, even in like middle school, we struggle with this because it's like, oh, it's all based on, oh, I play for this AAU team, I play for this UIBL team, I play for this, I play for that. So it becomes your identity. Your identity becomes like who you play for. And when you eliminate this and you take a step back, you're like, my identity is somebody else's team. Like as a young kid, like that's not good money. And my identity is based on how I do in an AAU game. Like that's not good money. And so that's why we have to start from building from within. Every great player you look up to, Steph, Bron, Kobe, MJ, they had a core, something internal they built on. You don't get to that level just by working out more. You get there by thinking better, believing stronger, moving with clarity. So today I'm challenging you not to train harder, but to train your mind. And if you want help doing that, I got you. That's why I created the TFF Starter Pack, a free PDF that'll help you start crafting your own belief system. Click the link in my bio or head to @tffteachings.com to download it. Because once you get your beliefs right, the rest of the game starts moving in your favor. So let's stop living on autopilot. Let's stop hooping just to survive another practice or impress another coach. Start moving from vision, from your system. Because the truth is, you don't rise to your goals. You fall to your systems. And if you don't have one, you're always going to be stuck in comparison and confusion. Build your belief system, own your mindset, and let the game work for you, not against you. This is Frohlich-Fair from TFF Teachings, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Let's work. Make sure y'all like, sub, comment, the notification bell, and tap in at TFF Teachings on Instagram or comment here, and we'll get you signed up for my 6-week belief system course. And yeah, man, just continue to stack days, continue to grow together, continue to build our identity. I appreciate y'all so much, man. TFF, I'm gone, man.